for his view on MBM. Respected Dhruva Kumar Gautam sir, over to you.
Thank you very much, Prasad Subedi sir. Shall I share? Is it the permission to me?
Balam sir?
Yeah, I see.
Okay,
yes.
Okay, sir. Yes, please, sir. Carry forward.
Thank you very much, respected Central Department Head, Prof.Dr. Ramji Gautam sir, and all the professors, faculties, staffs, as well as the dear students. A lot of the information, sir, I hope that you have already received from Professor Mahananda sir, as well as the Ajay Dhakal sirs, and not repeatingly all these which you have already gained. I'm just highlighting some of the issues of the MBM programs. And then later on, if you have any queries, of course, we'll talk about these, the MBM program question and answer sessions. But the first thing is that we are organizing, already we have launched, and this program a Masters of Business Management MBM program. Since the beginning of the Tribhuvan University, when launched the MBM program, Central Department of Management have started these programs and it's gaining the momentum. You know that the Central Department and its historic phases and the developments that you already gained. So what I share with you is that in the Central Department of Management, the MBM programs, when launched, we always take care of the objectives of the MBM program. You know that these objectives, even though senior sirs have already told to you that similar to the other programs, the MBM program also have focus towards the business skills or the knowledge and skills impart to the students to make them competitive in the world. Therefore, develop the skills to the students, skills in the sense that hard skills or soft skills, maybe the human capitals, that is the more the soft skills, decision-making skills, behavioral skills, and the knowledge-related skills and thinking and the imaginary skills, as well as the anticipations and the forecasting skills, that skills has to be imparted to the students. At the same time, of course, some hardcore is also necessary to them to do the research, to build up the incubations and the business lab, and to develop the new business entrepreneurs as being the entrepreneurs and lead to the others. So many soft and hardcore of the skills and knowledge that are imparted by MBM programs, and the Central Department of Management is very take care about these, as the objectives of the MBM program should be gained by each and every students, focusing individually to the students, so that whether all these objectives are materialized after the 2 years or not, that is examined. That we normally focus at the faculties of the Central Department of Management. Every faculties are concerning to the individual development of the students rather than only the group task and the group activities. So here is the focus to the individual as well as the group to the schools, students, to impart the different type of the skills as whatever is the human capital and the human knowledge, as well as the decision making and the business operations, as well as the leaderships and the build the new business and do the competitive research in the world. That are the main objectives. So to materialize these objectives, diversified areas of the disciplines are introduced in this MBM program. Since the beginning of the articulations of these MBM curriculums, we, the Central Department of Management, many professors and readers have been associated here. And we think always that the changing moment of the environments. Therefore, we realize that now the students must have to be learn about the computer data analysis. Therefore, the courses are designed in such a way so that the students can gain a lot of the diversified areas of the knowledge and skill, so that they become the perfect in the markets and they meet the objectives that are laid by this course. Therefore, the computer-assisted data analysis are put in the course. Similar, not only the computer, it is not the computer program. Computer have to be managed by the persons. Therefore, the other programs like the economics, which are able to analyze and gauge the knowledge of national economy as well as the international economy. Similarly, of course, the management students have to be lead to the corporations in the accounting and the finance, and manage to the human resources effectively and efficiently. Therefore, the course have a compositions of the statistics for decision making and the marketing, our brandings, our global economy and the changing the economy of the world, and the supply chain management and the corporate governance. We always focus that the governance is the main concern to develop to the nations and the sustainability of any organizations. And similarly, the decision making through the strategy and forming the different type of the strategy are also designed in the course, and many other the sectoral management courses are introduced. Many courses are there like the e-business, microfinance, and others. I'm not pointing out everyone here. And similarly, the changing business scenario is also going to be introduced and give the knowledge to the students. Similarly, the different areas of the concentration subjects of the management are also incorporated, like the banking, small business, marketing, and many other within the cluster of these, the concentration areas. So what I concern and want to share with the students is that the course or the curriculum, the content and the matters that we deliver to the students are enriched in such a way that which become very essential to the current situations to handle the complexities of the current context that everyone are facing nowadays. Therefore, the course composition is the blend of such a moment, blend of such a situation, so which become able to make a really the perfect and a holistic persons in the markets, go to the markets, ready to go to the markets and gain and develop the organizations as well as lead to the organizations and become the very successful persons in the human life. That are the course compositions designed in this MBM program. And MBM program teaching pedagogy, as the Professor Manand sir recently told to you, that we not only make a slides and deliver every day into the class or through the Zoom or Meet or Team, just sharing our slides. This is not the way. This is just the giving the fundamental ideas to the students. But we want to give such ideas so that they can learn it and do the practicum and the real practice. So the real practice, getting the real work positions and actions by the student themselves is the very important now to develop themselves. Therefore, the teaching pedagogies into the Central Department of Management in this MBM program is, of course, the interactive sessions, and we assign to the students and they have to present regularly, because the deadline, meeting the deadline and presentations and completing the presentations and again review by the students and presentations to their faculty, that is, of course, the very rigorous practices that we do and plan to do for the 2 years, because our aim or objectives of the faculties and the central department is to nurture to the students in such a way that they become the really competitive in the market. Therefore, the assignment and presentation by themselves, the case-based teaching methods, of course, it is the worldwide that every MBA and MBM programs in the world, as well as even in the introducing into the Tribhuvan University first time in Nepal, the case development in the management is also introduced. And not only the case-based teachings to them, we normally try to impart to the skill to the students so that they even able to develop small cases in their workplaces, in their work settings, so that the case development is possible. And we focus more and more national and international cases. The national cases, of course, help them to develop the ideas of the context, and contextualities are learned by the students. And the international cases that they're able to deal means that what can be happen in the world, that also understand by the students. Therefore, blending of the two different type of the cases at the national and international cases, and developing the national cases by the student themselves, these two-way program and two-way task is assigned to the students. And of course, the project work for the individual as well as the group, to learn the group task as well as to able to do the self by themselves, and many seminars, workshops, and guest knowledge sharings. Of course, the sharing by the field experts who are the professional in the markets, as well as the field visits, and giving the field visits, they have to present doing the small type of the research and interactions with the national and international students, as already full sir shared to you that the different university students and our CDM students have to interact themselves. Even in the normal situation, it is physically, even in the current situations might be into the online, they have to discuss themselves and share our knowledge, share the national knowledge, as well as gain the international expertise. You know that the evaluation systems with the very common, and it is, I hope that you have already learned about these. Based on the curriculums and the teaching pedagogies, we do the online evaluations of the students, especially we focus to the mid-examinations and case-based learning, case presentations, and the project and the individual assignment to the students, either complete the individual, some projects, if it become the more and takes the time, it become the group assignments, and the class participations, and the others like the class quiz and the students activities, students extra activities, and many others. At the university also have a 60% of the evaluations by the final examinations, and this is the examinations designed by the Tribhuvan University, and the students appear in the 60% of the final examinations. So the teaching learning environment in the Tribhuvan University Central Department of Management is that very interesting. You might know that the best and very diversified faculties are there in the Central Department of Management. To show you a very small data, even that really you are not able to get anywhere in Nepal. That is, even the Tribhuvan University Central Department of Management have 9 professors. You know that the 10 associate professors and the 21 faculties already have a PhD. They are the resource as have a very good knowledge of the PhD or the research in their particular areas. Therefore, I want to share with you that the very diversified faculties are there. 4 faculties are already doing the PhD. They are the research scholars. In this way, more than 20 the PhD faculties are working in a single institute as a permanent faculty, not hired for 1 class or 2 class or 1 week or 2 weeks. They are the permanent of the Tribhuvan University. It shows the level of the Tribhuvan University Central Department of Management. It indicates the Central Department of Management's MBM programs, that what level and sort of the faculties are there. But these are the academic faculties, and we invite to the practitioners. Recently, Professor Manand sir told you that the dual faculty systems are introduced at some time. The professionals who have already spent more than 20-30 years in the industry or the business, they come frequently and give the knowledge to you about the real practices and how can these real practices can be make academic, that normally, of course, help to you by the academicians, professors, readers, faculties, and the PhD scholars. Therefore, the synergy of the different diversified faculties are there. The synergy, of course, on the different programs, because the CDM also have MBA in corporate leadership. Recently, the Manand sir told you there is the MBA in marketing will be shared by the professors Bojwa sir. There is the MBA in finance. There is the MBM programs. There is the common program of MBS, of course. That means all these faculties who are teaching into the diversified areas can support to you. This is the synergy which can be gained by the students. And this is the Center for the Excellence as declared by the Tribhuvan University, and it's going to be an excellency into the areas of the management, which have access of the national and international networks, brandings to the international context, and it is widely accepted worldwide, so that in the further studies, if you want to go into the any area, any sphere or the pole of the world or globe, of course, you can recognize that, yes, you are from the Tribhuvan University. In this way, people respond to you. So these are the teaching learning environments that we organize. I hope that you are interested to study MBM programs in Tribhuvan University Central Department of Management. Any questions remain there, of course, I will share later on in the question and answer sessions. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity to me.